Well, I decided I'd come on today to show you all about a little piece of work that you didn't get to see me carve on video because it was kind of just a lot of work to work on and put together, but it just so happened I got it into one of these jelly jars and filled it with linseed oil to soak, and it's probably been soaking about 5 days, and is these two little hedgehogs that I made. And it's a little moment that we get to take them out, kind of wrap up the little oily hedgehogs out of wood and kind of give them a little rolling up to take care of what they do. And oh, the things they're going to come down to being in this life and all this work and everything else. It makes it all just a little good for us all to take to heart and take into consideration. And I know that there's been a lot of stuff I've heard. I've been sharing with some friends online the fact that I've been carving a lot of this stuff lately, and all the pet animals, the hedgehogs, the hamsters, the gerbils, the guinea pigs. And it just so happened that somebody kind of said something about having a friend who lost a pet hedgehog to death recently, and kind of was asking me, about if she could buy one from me. I told her they had to soak in the oil a few more days, and I'd be getting them out as soon as I could. And it's something that, because of all the complication and because of the fact that it was just a very detailed piece for a little piece of wood, I couldn't really get it on video of myself doing it, but decided I'd come down to it all and finally come down to showing the little finished piece of work. And I'd say that this little good bit of work can kind of have a wonderful meaning when it comes in the end. And oh, all the stuff it's going to be and all it's going to do, it's going to shine its light to you and make you all so wonderful to see a lot of work be done and come true and come to life. And I say that it's time to kind of finish them off. I just took them out, and after all these days of soaking in the linseed oil, and finally decide to towel them off, dry them off, make them kind of little good-natured critters, and show what they come out like. Because I tell you, it gets a little sad when people's pets succumb to things, old age or whatever, but it all gets down to the good part in the end, and they relax, and time changes things, and time heals our pains. So, there's just a lot of this stuff I've been hearing. I do want to show you all how a few other things I've done have come out. I mean, it's been a few days since I got these little guinea pigs that I made out of the oil. So that's kind of how these little things have come about. And just little instruments of worth and all the things we do in life just to kind of make little happy people. And I do need to kind of show you all these little gerbils, how they've come out, the ones from the African mahogany, and you can kind of see the little both sides of them and all the work that comes into making these and making them valid. And I'd say that, like I've been saying, my main focus lately has been pet shop animals, so that's what I've been working on. And I'd say, of all things, there's probably quite a few more things to come, quite a few more things to do, quite a few more things to be made. Oh, and I say a little work comes this way, and sometimes you get older, you see things from a different standpoint, a different point of view, and how different it gets to be now and then. And oh, the things of life. I say that there's probably a little extra work to come along here. I do enjoy kind of sharing this work, showing this stuff. I did have somebody recently say they wanted to see the guinea pigs as soon as they came out. And I'd say the little work is going to come a long way, make itself to us, make itself through us. Oh, I say work, work, work. And that's how it gets to be with my hands. My hands get tired. They get a lot to do. And so much I'll tell y'all as far as little school cafeteria work goes. Seemed to be a better day for me than many days because there are things I get out and do that lots of times I feel people don't. And then I get out and do these things, take care of these things, and it all just gets a little better with time, making it all make sense of things. And oh, the things that get a little bit better taken care of in time. I'd say that sometimes I kind of make trips out early to run little errands on the way. I've been making trips out to High on Art and Coffee and ordering some stuff online, getting stuff from them in the mail, depending on what I'm ordering, and having it delivered to my house. One thing I ordered, I came by there and picked up, but I found out that a lot of my friends out there are kind of having their art on display in those places, and that it's just getting to be a good place I hear about where things just go so good. And I might even consider taking some of my work down there, getting it checked out by them, seeing what they think of it, seeing whether they think they might be able to use it. It'll be so great if they can, and so great if it works out, and so great if it becomes worth it. So, of all things, I say we are just gonna work things away, kind of like the way we do the YouTube videos here. There comes to be a lot to say, a lot to come on and talk about, but I'll tell you all that business is booming lately. It always does around these holiday times, and it gets so much better and so much greater. And I'd say, for one thing, it just helps me so much to work on business and business things and kind of do videos and kind of do shows rather than just spending too much time hanging around coffee shops. Because you can kind of get in these places, find a little more people you seem to have things in common with, and find out who they are and what they are and what they do. And finally, we got a little work that comes and goes. There's been a lot to say and there's been a lot to do, but a little work each day for business, no matter what it be. And each day the task may be different from one day to the next, but I managed to handle it very well. I do want to say that this is going to be a time when everything's going to work out. I can't wait to see my shows. I can't wait to see what sells. Can't wait to see what goes where, who gets what people are going to say, what people are going to see, what people are going to do, and what people are going to think. Because sometimes, just sometimes, things don't turn out to look like what they're supposed to be. But when you start putting your effort towards it, you can make it better with time, and you can make it brighter and shinier and more popular and a way to go. And it's kind of almost like what I'm doing in a way with some emojis and stuff. Because there comes a time when you look at the popularity and the popular side of things, and it all comes down to what is good. I'd say a little work shall come this way. I've done a lot, keep saying a lot, keep talking in circles. It's hard to remember what I've already said, what I'm already saying, but do feel kind of tired these days. Do feel like I've had a lot of work in my hands. My coworkers especially have. It's been quite some days, and I'd say I'm just always grateful to be finding ways to keep myself busy in life, keep myself doing things that are going to keep me happy enough to live and survive. So I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for standing by, for hearing what I say, knowing what I say, seeing what I do. And thank you all just for being around to hear me. Thank you. Goodbye.